The man saw something in front of him. He walked slowly towards the container and picked up a rock on the ground and threw it right at the container. See, there's no movement in there. That opened the box door, but as soon as he entered, he saw red eyes. David was so scared that he ran away, riding his beloved scooter. He dared not stop until 2 miles out, but curiosity drove him back the same way. On the way back, suddenly something came rushing towards him. David knew he was going to die. He can't get rid of it. He's gonna have to move on. He saw a board in front of him, went right up there. He didn't expect this guy to be turbocharged. Immediately followed David in flight. Fortunately, David made a sharp turn in the air. That's how it landed, and the monster rolled down the hill. David came closer and saw that it was a mechanical dog. See it lose its aggression. He just took his helmet off. He saw the dog with a water hose sticking out of it, straight out of the pipe. The dog found that David was not hostile. The red eye turned green in an instant. That's when the dog sent David a message, said it needs to be maintained. So David took him into the container. After a night of repairs, the mechanical dog stood up again. David opens the hood and fed him 98 gasoline. He also removed the mechanical dog's mask. The dog revealed a sharp tooth. Immediately after, the two played chicken and eagle in the field. The two cooperate, very tacit understanding. Evening, the girlfriend is looking for David. The mechanical dog thinks she's a bad visitor. Jumped right into her car. This is a full weight of 66 tons. The wheel momentarily sank into the ground. Fortunately, David came in time to stop the dog, then introduced his girlfriend to the dog. He took Mary's hand and stroked the dog's head. It took out the attack mode. The glasses turned green in an instant and offered to pull Mary's car out. Day 2, they brought the dog to the gas station, and then something weird happens. This mechanical dog is no ordinary person. It just has to turn its eyes. It can hack into the gas station system, fill up 98 gas without paying a penny. When it looks at the ATM started pouring money out like crazy. Mary almost got a hand cramp. Take all the money and drive around. They took the mechanical dog to a secret place. At this moment, Mary drew a picture on the wall. The mechanical dog also learned to draw, and it also led them to discover a secret. Turns out it's the war machine of the future. As long as it's paired with a soldier, it will be loyal enough to its soldiers. At this point, the dog buries something out of his body. David pressed it. They're paired up, and that's when David's rival in love came to Mary on a motorcycle. He saw David come up and hit him without a word. The dog showed up and tackled him and dragged him to David's side. David was afraid the mechanical dog was out of control. Tell the dog he's not the enemy. That's when it got out of berserker mode. The scared man just ran away. At night, the man took advantage of David's absence. They cornered the mechanical dog into the alley and poured gasoline on the ground to attract it with a bowling ball to the ground filled with gasoline. Then he took out the flame and sprayed the mechanical dog. By the time David gets here, the dog has become a heap of iron, but it used its last ounce of strength. Sent them an address. The two brought it here. It was finally restored after a long period of maintenance, but it's still 2 hours before the system reboots. Suddenly a group of agents came to the door just when he was about to take the dog. The system restart is completed. The mechanical dog flew the agent over his head. The first thing it has to do at this point is to go to the people who have heard it. The mechanical dog had his eye on the man, although he found the anomaly, but he didn't know the mechanical dog was still alive. People feel wrong and drive away. The mechanical dog hasn't touched them for the time being, just following them all the time. When they come out to the wild to party, the camera boy found the mechanical dog. The crowd looked behind them. The mechanical dog was standing on the RV, looking at them with cold eyes. The people were scared and ran away. The mechanical dog's target is the man in front of him. The man hid under the car, and the dog gets in the car, and then madly attacked him. The man took the opportunity and crawled out and spray him with a flaming gun, but without a few squirts. There's no gas. When the dog is about to attack him, David arrived just in time to stop it, and that's when a bunch of drones flew in and sucked on the dog. The dog was struck by an electric current and went straight down. Then a bunch of agents arrived and grabbed them. When David wakes up, he finds himself tied up. The bad guys are trying to take his dog and has hacked into the dog's system. Mary just has to get out of the circle. She'll be attacked by a mechanical dog, but after Mary painted it in the air, successfully awakened the mechanical dog, the bad guys got scared and ran out. The military got word and got here just in time, but they're also here to catch mechanical dogs. To protect it, David asked Mary to pretend to surrender. Then he rushed out with the mechanical dog. The cooperation between the two is quite tacit. They're running ahead, the plane's following, but there's a cliff ahead. It was too late to brake. The two went down the cliff together. Eventually, the two rolled down. The injured David told the dog to run, but loyal dogs don't want to leave at all. Under the roar of David, the mechanical dog had no choice but to flee forward. The drone was also attached to it, but he kept running in pain until a safe distance is established. It initiated a self-destruct sequence against the plane and looked back at its owner, David. As the plane approached it, it chose to detonate itself. David was devastated by the dog's departure. In honor of the mechanical dog, they adopted a real dog.